All right, guys. Quick one here. Uh, all right. Let me get out of this place. Let me for something. Okay, today we are talking about design and neatness. Majority of the times, graphic designers, we make this error, of not knowing how to place elements in your designs, not knowing colors to choose, ingredients to choose, how to do them. And sometimes you might finish designing something and then you feel like you have designed rubbish. I used to get that a lot when I was a beginner. Uh, Even for instance, now, and for instance, you are being consistent, for over a month, and then you now see your design, like past 3 months, like your last 3 months design, you discover that that design is actually very very ugly, and then you design again for 3 months, and you see that design that you are designing now, it's actually looking terrible. Uh, what I'm trying here is I'm trying to like help you to scale faster and better in your design journey. That's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to be addressing um, about four major things. That is, I'm going to be talking about color, like choosing the right color for your design, and your rule of gradients and rule of placement too. Then we're going to be talking about design and neatness, like itself, design and neatness itself. Uh, okay, let's dive into a quick one. Um, Let me see which one should I use for example here. Okay, let me choose this one. All right. Okay, this the image is distorted there. Let's choose this one. Okay, this image is not distorted here. I'm going to delete this. Okay. Now, the first rule of designing is choosing your color. First thing you have to do, like when you want to design anything, is for you to choose your color. And then, if you look at this color overall, the color is purple. Because of normally tech deals with cool colors. Now, for instance, now I want to choose any color. Let me say I don't want to use purple. Let's say I want to use blue. So I'm going to go over to my gradients, and then I'm going to choose a blue color, and I'm going to choose the same color again. Now let's observe something. Now your first part of your color should be light, a bit light. You get me? A bit light. Don't let it go to the extreme. Look at what I'm moving. Let it just be around there. Then the other one should go a bit down to become darker. Can carry down a bit more. You know exactly. Then the last thing you are going to align this thing to be like this. She get me? And you can do that easily by just clicking here. By clicking the align, you'll see it at the top button. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to circle it out in the video. Okay, so that's being done. Now you can see that your design. I can just easily place this thing now at the back, and then discover that the design, even though the the main character is she has a purple stuff around her and purple glow around her. Just try to follow me here. Because of even if she has this purple glow around her body here, so that's why I'm even choosing purple in the first place. She get. But assuming that this is actually a blue glue, she get. That means I'm going to be dealing with a blue. She get. Or it doesn't have any glue at all. Then I'm going to be free to choose any color I want, and it will most likely be blue because of tech. It deals with blue. So I'm going to delete this one that is down. Yeah, I'm going to delete this one that is down. Uh, all right. Then what I'm going to talk about now is when you are choosing your color, uh, always choose something that rhymes. Choose cool colors as a beginner. Like choose cool colors. Cool colors are colors like blue, purple. You want to choose purple, like uh, right. I want to choose purple color. Okay, okay, something like this. Yeah, I want to choose a purple color. You want to choose even if you are going to combine colors, don't combine colors like okay. Let me give you a tip here. Combine colors. For instance, now colors that you can combine as a beginner is purple and blue, purple and blue. Uh, Let me bring this one a bit to the light. Purple and blue. Uh, uh, a bit of orange and pink. Sorry, red and pink. Red and pink. Okay. Which other ones can you combine? Uh I don't know. This give me some time here. Uh Orange. I'll say orange and red, no, orange and red. But mind you, this orange is not supposed to be too, sorry, the orange here is not supposed to be too orangey. Like you should bring it around this place here, bring it around this place because it's actually important you know that. I think I'm going to save this thing in the playlist pattern so that you can actually watch it one by one. 'Cause I think I want to delve deeper into the topic. So that is what it has to do with choosing your color and then really gradient shade. So what we are going to do now is placements. Now, assuming I'm going to go to a clean sheet and then I'm going to like create a flyer from scratch. So I'm going to see you in the next video. I have to end it for now. I'm going to see you in the next video. Um, I'm just practice with what I'm saying. Any flyer that I want to do now, just try these tips I just gave you. You see that you see significant changes in it. Uh, I'm trying to be as raw and possible as I can. Dish out the knowledge that I have as much as I can. Uh, yeah. Okay, now let's head over to the next part. Now we're going to be dealing with gradients. Gradients and placements too. Uh, uh, okay, let's start. So we're going to choose an ingredient. Let's say green. Now, remember we're not dealing with color combination right now. So I'm going to choose green, assuming green color is the color that I have to work with. Okay, so I'm going to choose a green. This green is let's cross over to this place a bit. Okay, then I'm going to make it darker. Okay, so you can see that the flyer has started coming into shape gradually, into form rather. So assuming that we are creating a farm flyer for a farm, right? It can be anything basically though. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create my font. The first thing first, I'm going to choose my font, uh, cool vertical, cool vertical. Now the first thing first that we're dealing with is font, and one thing that people don't normally get with font is just that the font that you use in your designs actually matter. If I'm going to, my favorite font is in Covertica. If you observe, is Covertica, Cameric, and Ganalo. I'm going to keep the link to the fonts in description, below. Uh, okay. So this is what I'm going to do like this now. I'm going to bring out another font. I want you to just look at it and compare. Assuming I'm going to just use, let's use Ancona X. Now if you check it out, the font, me choosing this font now to do design, it's quite that the whatever I'm going to write here is going to look very ugly. Yeah, like if you observe, it will look very, very ugly. So I advise you to choose your font very, very careful. Now we're going to be using this one instead. I'm going to just delete this. Okay. Now let's assume now everything I'm saying is from my head, although the notes I've prepared with me, like I know what I'm heading towards. But everything right now I'm saying, like the brand, the phone number, everything I'm going to be talking about here is from my head. So let's say agro plant, or let's say agro plant, anything in particular, agro plant, that's the name of the company that we are dealing with. Agro plant. Then observe the way I'm going to place my text. Now one thing that people are also get wrong is their placement of text. For instance, I want to place text, don't just place text anyhow. Place text in, for example, now assuming you want to rule your book, you need your margin. She get me. So you don't just carry your text to the extreme end or like this or to the end. You have to rule your margin. And your margin is where your text starts from. Now that is the essence of your grid line. So your grid line acts as your margin. So what you're going to do is that you place your margin the way you rule your book, and then you place the one up, like the limits. So where your font is going to touch, and then you're going to place it to touch your font to touch. Observe, this place is touching this last side of the line, and this place is also touching this side of the line. Observe. So I'm going to just delete that. I'm going to lock it up. Now the next thing I'm talking about now, I'm going to talk about is your text box. Assuming that you have actually listed your services. Assuming you have also listed your services. This your text box. I think I talked about it in the other video. Place your text box in a way that the radius of the text box is not too curvy like this, and also okay in a way that is very, very, very much okay. Okay. I think I'm going to stop. sorry guys, I just had to just get myself a bit. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to like imagine you want to put this your text box now. As I said in the earlier video, you're going to put your radius. Don't let your radius be too rounded and don't let it be too straight. Let it be moderate, let it be in a moderate way. Now, the next thing after we put our header text is our service. So our service is what is going to be in this box. Yeah. So I'm just going to like delete not delete this. I'm going to like stretch it out a bit. You can actually place it to be equal in length. Now a quick one now before I forget. This is your agro plant here. The text size of your font should let's say be between 80, let's say 70. 70 is too small. Let's say 80 and 100. Always your header font should always be between the size of 80 and 100. Note that anything more than 100 is too big, anything less than 80 is too small for your header font. So note that. So mine was at 83 years. So I'm just going to leave it at 83. Okay. Now what we are going to put next is our service. Now the next thing you're supposed to take note of, even with colors too, is when you choose a dark color for a background. For instance, now I choose a dark color, which is this green here. This green around here is the darker color. Now for your font, for your other characters, it's going to be white color. You're supposed to use white colors or lighter colors. For example, light colors are white, yellow, light yellow. Do you get me? So that's what you're supposed to use for your like complementary as a complementary color for your design. Now let's take for instance now this text box. Now I want to put something here. I'm going to make it yellow. Yeah, all right. I'm going to write services. Give me a minute. Now observe my text font. Observe my text. I'm not going to use anything like bold or anything like this because of each of these is too bold for you to use on your as let's say your subheading is too bold. So what I'm going to use is something regular or medium, something very light. Okay, I'm going to just choose regular, canon regular, and also observe the type of fonts that I use too. So these services, I'm going to just type services. You can just follow what I'm doing here. I'm assuring you that you actually see changes in your design. We're just going to quickly write that services. Services we produce foodstuffs. We rent out farm equipment. We run internship programs for farmers, I guess. What else again? I think I'm going to give this a bit of spacing. Then what? Let's make it 4. Then we give out advice to startup farms. Okay. I guess that's it. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is that observe. I'm going to reduce the line spacing because anytime the line spacing is too much, if you observe, the design looks very distorted. So you have to reduce this line spacing. Don't reduce it in a way that it collides with each other. For example, now if you observe, now it's colliding with each other, and then you are making an error. So in a way that it still gives the design room to breathe, and at the same time, reduces the space around it. So increases the space around it. Rather, that's what I mean to say. Increase the space around it. Now observe now inside this text box. Now in the placement of my text, placement of my text inside this text box, which is what designers make a lot. A lot of beginner designers make this mistake a lot. Inside your text box too is like a book too. You have to actually put another margin too inside it. So again, that's the function of your grid line. So you rule another margin where it's going to be touching it. Right? right? Now observe that this place now is touching our margin, it's touching our margin. We're dealing with our margin. She gets, and also observe here too. We're also dealing with our margins inside the text box too. She gets me. Now another thing now that you should note that I didn't say is that when you are putting your services, um around the box from here to here, from the top and the bottom should be equal space, and the left and the right should also have equal space too. You get me? The left and the right should have equal space, and the top and the bottom should have equal space too. uh Now if you observe the text box, there's still a lot of space inside, so I'm going to just reduce it. Okay, I'm going to bring this down a bit. uh Edit. Sorry. uh, Let me check my opacity to see. Okay. No, nope, 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 nope. I'm going to still edit a bit. I'm going to still touch the radius a bit because the radius have shifted. Okay. Okay. Now, sorry. I'm now increase the opacity. Okay. Now notice that this actually looks very simple, but normally if I'm designing, it actually takes me hours before I'm done with my design. So I'm just making it faster because of just to save time. Uh, Probably later on I might create another video and then I'll go in depthly into each and everything I'm saying here. Uh, I'm going to just increase that to touch this midline. Uh, then the same radius here. There's something I want to point out here now. The radius that I used here, the way the radius here is. Let me reduce this. Actually, distorted. The way the radius here is should be the same way the radius here is. The way your radius here is the way your radius here should be too. Don't get me. The only thing that can be excluded is this. Are you getting me? The only thing that can be excluded is this. So I'm going to just delete that. I'm going to add something else inside the box. Then let's add our call to action button. Uh, Another thing that I need to point out to designers that you guys like using this stroke button, this stroke. Do not use this stroke. Do you get me? Except you are doing something like a minimalist design, but avoid this stroke. Avoid it. Do you get? So avoid that stroke. Avoid it with all you have gotten. This is what I'm going to do next now. I'm going to just go to my gradients now. I'm going to change this to a gradient form. Still editing it. Please bear with me. Give me some time. All right. I think there's a lot of errors here. But generally, okay, let's just delete this one and we just use one alone because we have time to save. Now I'm going to put my call to action button here. That's call. But let's not delete that too. Let's delete that. Let's bring something else. There's something I want to show you first. There's something I want to show you. Be patient with me. Patient with me. Go to my downloads. Then click on call. Now I'll erase color. I'm going to come here. I'll erase color. Okay. I'm going to change this color here to green. Right. I can use another color though. Okay, let's observe. Let's change this color here. Let's change it to something else. Okay, that doesn't work. Right. I'm going to keep this like this. That's not working. I think I'm just going to leave it at yellow. Let me see if I leave this at yellow whether it will be. It doesn't resonate. So I'm just going to leave it at black. Okay, I think that's the best option right now. I'm going to leave it at black. I'm going to now import another one. Let me import let's say a Facebook icon. Now observe how small it is. Now your distance should be very small. Let it not be too small that it can't be seen, but let it be like small, moderately small. I will advise you that you bring flyers together to compare how small your icons should be. That's another rule. Compare how small your icons should be. Now Okay, that's it. Now, how small it is now? Let's zoom down. The size of your action, your call button is supposed to be the equal to the size of your. How I know is just that I can judge from my eye, like by my with my eye, that it is actually kind of similar. So the size of your call button of all your buttons should be equal. She gets me. Assuming I'm going to put an Instagram an icon here. Let's import another icon. Let's import another icon. Let's import a location icon rather. I think your location is going to be good. Uh, okay. Okay. Observe. Now observe something here. Now draw this line. Like the size of this icon is equal to the size of this icon. That is equal to the size of this icon. Do you get me? And now the space in between here is almost equal to the same space between here. Do you get me? So that's the thing. So I know this from experience. I think that's what I'll be keeping me as part. Now I'm going to like arrange it now because this is not arranged. Now remember our margin. We're going to place it at our margin because we don't just place it anyhow. Uh, okay. Uh, all right. All right. Yeah. This is not it. Fully. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, if you observe too, another thing I want to point out now, this space here is also equal to the space down here too. Okay. Also equals to the space around here. You have to be conscious of your spacing. That's something that I didn't like consider when I was also starting out, like in graphic design newly. I wasn't so conscious of my spacing. I got yelled at a lot. I got yelled at a lot. Normally, people actually experience some things that actually make their perspective in designs to change. Mm. You might not grasp everything I'm saying right now, but if you can just implement it, I am assuring you that you will see changes in your design. Um, okay, now let's go ahead to put our next text. Okay, now put our text. Observe how small our text before. I don't know if I've seen that earlier. Observe how small our text is. Um, plus 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to come here too. I'm going to place the icon too. Remember, equal spacing. So I'm going to just place this one here to check our where it's touching. Okay. Then let's call this. Let's say agro. What's the name of the company? Agro plant. At agro plant. At agro plant. Okay. Then let's see. At okay. Location will be, let's say, Johnson Avenue. Port Harcourt. Let's say Lagos or Ikeja, Lagos. Let's put Ikeja, Lagos. Can be anything actually, but just practice. If you observe the spacing here, the spacing between it is actually too much. You can actually correct that too in your design. There are a lot of errors here though, but I believe that this actually is start up for many of you that are actually struggling with your designs, and you don't actually, when you open your designs, you don't know what you're going to do next. Uh, you don't know what to start with, you don't know what to start with. So the first thing that we started it is the name of the company. Then we went to the services, and then we went ahead to the contact, how to contact us. That's what we went to next. That and lastly, then when we are done with that, I'm coming. Uh, uh, services. Done with our services. What are we going to do? How to contact us? Contact us. Color black. Maybe just use the same fonts. Then what is the size of our font? Also, our service font. The size of our service font is 27. So this is going to be 27. Contact us. All right, all right. So that's it. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add our image. Add our image. Uh, add our image. Let's look for something proper. Let's look for something proper. Yeah. Let's look for something proper. Okay. So let's see. Now ensure that your image is always sharp. Do not use images that are blurry. For example, now I want to take an image. I just go to Pinterest or download straight from Google. Like no. Uh, Always use images that are very very sharp, that have high quality resolution. Do not use images that are not, let's say, that don't have the sharpness in it. Because before you sometimes if you are a mobile designer, sometimes you might not know how to sharpen images. And sometimes even when you sharpen the images, it doesn't still look good. So always try to use high quality images, not use images that are bad. Use good images, okay? So that's what I'm going to say. That's the tip I'm going to give. Now, the last thing is you're going to look for images that blend with what you're saying. For instance, now observe that she's pointing away from here. Observe something. She's pointing away from here. This is the way where she's pointing. And this, if you put image like this, it shows how wrong, let's say how, I don't know, but if you are looking at you are picking your image, you should pick image that's always looking at this design, or is pointing towards the design, or the head is inclining towards the design. You get me? That is the trick about picking out images. Now let's assume. Now what I'm going to do is just that I'm going to just swap it like this, and then I'm done. Okay, I'm done with the image. Okay, so normally there are still some editing that you can do. You can still do a lot of things on the design. I'm not going to lie, like you can actually do something that is much better than this. You can do something that's much better than this. But we're going to leave it here for now. uh, uh okay, let me run you through one quick one. Assuming that you don't want to use a black font, let's say you want to be a bit more creative with your colors, you can just come here and change the text box or your service to this green. Bring this green here. You place it there, and then you look at your reproduce, and then you change it to color white. Sorry, to color white, and then you have it. Then see that it's actually much better. And also you can also integrate something else. You can integrate background patterns to suit your background. I've talked about background patterns before, so you can actually watch it in some of my videos. There are actually some things that ordinary, that people don't talk about when it comes to background patterns, that I actually talked about background patterns in my videos. So you can actually check that out. I think then you can also put images. For example, you can put mushrooms around the side, and leaves around the side or something. Just put something around the side to like make it come out. You can easily get them on Google, But overall, like, I think this is it. This is it. So I'm just going to save this image quickly. I'm not going to do anything on it, so that you see that exactly what you saw when you saw the YouTube thumbnail is exactly what you are seeing after the design. So I'm not going to edit any further. I'm just going to save this project, quick one. So you can just revise a couple of designs. For instance, now I'm going to just quickly revise a couple of designs so that you can see them for yourself, all the things I'm talking about. Okay, now if you observe, in this design we started with exclusive stitches. We started about background, green background. I remember what I said about patterns. The background have its own pattern, and then we talk about just put the sub fonts, like that's quotes. Then we have our services, then the text box that contains the services, and then the contacts. The contacts. That's it. Then what else? Dot time, the cost time communication as adding our services, the service, and then the design. What else again? I think that's okay. This one too also carries the same pattern, except that it didn't use a text box like that. What else again? Same thing with this one, just that it's the features are aligned down, and same thing with this one too. So basically, if you check it out, it's actually flowing. That's the sequence of flow. and then allows graphic design services contacts, link. That's it. And you observe it's the same image that I used there, that I used in that flyer. Um, yeah. So that's basically it. Uh, Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you can. I really appreciate if you can actually smash that like and button, and then comment down if you have any problems, or you have a suggestion, or you have something that you want to see. I'm really interested in hearing it. So with that, I take my leave. Bye.